Hello, Miss B. Why aren't you in your collaborative team meeting right now? My BlackBerry says that you should not have a break for another 4 hours.
Your BlackBerry, though very fancy and expensive, is wrong. I am supposed to be in class right now. However, I needed to go pee so badly, I have to leave. I trust my students and they are completely engaged in the lesson. And Mr. Z next door to my classroom is keeping an eye on them. I am on my way back right now.
You are not allowed to have unauthorized breaks. I am the principal. I should know. If you need to go pee, you must call the office and ask if someone is available to come cover your classroom. Do you have an emergency potty break folder available with an engaging, well-thought-out lesson for just such occasions?
Hold on. I did call the office. They told me the administrators went to eat lunch at Subway an hour ago and were not back yet.
I am the principal and you are not tenured. Please take some time before tomorrow to read the teacher's manual. I have it on my BlackBerry. You should, too.
I do not have a BlackBerry. I cannot even afford gas for my 1992 Honda Civic.
What does that have to do with anything? I am the principal and I put in more hours than anyone in the building.
I should get back to my classroom now.
Wait, I wanted to speak with you about the data I collected on my official classroom visit yesterday.
I need to get back to my students.
This will only take 7 minutes. I was very disappointed by what I saw when I came into your classroom. It was very disorganized and students were not focused on learning. The data I input stated that you did not have any valid instructional strategy.
I told you yesterday that my students were on a 3-minute break at the middle of a 90-minute period. You then left before we got back to work.
The teacher's manual states that you are to use all 90 minutes of instruction time for intense academic focus on learning. There should never be any downtime.
My students are 8 years old. They do a very good job paying attention and participating, but they cannot go for 1.5 hours without a break.
Teacher modeling is the best instructional strategy for staying focused for 90 minutes. You need to set high expectations or they will never achieve like the Chinese. There are more gifted and talented children in China than there are people in the United States.
My lesson yesterday was excellent. I spent 12 hours of my weekend planning so that my students would excel. I used several Marzano strategies and moved my students through many levels of Bloom's taxonomy. You simply came in at a break.
I did not see the strategies you are speaking of. When I entered, students were sharpening pencils and speaking socially. Those are not high on Bloom's. I entered this data into your permanent teacher record.
Last week you came into my classroom 4 different times to tell me I am required to volunteer for a school committee to increase teacher retention. Each time you came in, the students were engaged in a lesson that was using a Marzano strategy and was high on Bloom's. What about those?
I was not collecting data during those visits. As I told you before, I am very busy. Now if you will excuse me, my Starbucks is getting cold.